and we are chasing carp on the St. Lawrence River today. First one of the year. 2 fish back to back. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Cast and Conquer. I am Andrew Walker, and we are chasing carp on the St. Lawrence River today. We're at one of my favorite spots right now, Hoople Bridge in Longsu. I just pulled up. We scanned around with the drone. We didn't see one jump. We didn't see one fish in the shallows. My buddy Valley just showed up, so he's gonna fish this spot actually, and we're gonna move out. I'm with Louis Mitch. He's a carping machine, and we're gonna find fish first with the drone. We're looking in shallow bays, small creeks, anything that can get that water temps up a little bit. The carp are gonna be there. So we're just gonna drive around a little bit this morning, and we're not gonna set up until we find them, and hopefully we can find some fish in not long and get some of these big weed pigs on the mats. Let's get after them. So we are at our 4th spot that we checked now. After we left Hooples, we checked a bridge with a small creek by a golf course that we wanted to be able to fish for the last couple years. And it's really like a tannic water. We did a little scout around with the drone, checked the bay, but we didn't see any fish activity, and we really want to set up on fish today before we get the rods in. So we went and checked another spot after that. That was a very, very shallow flat, and it was like a sand flat that's normally choked with weed come like mid-spring, early summer. And it's a really good spawning flat, and we checked the whole thing, and there was no fish there either. I didn't see any activity at all. So we're back at a spot that we started at and met this morning that I normally see fish piled up on both sides of the roads. I've done a few spring videos here. So we're gonna do another fly around with the drone here, check these shallow bays. This is where these fish are gonna be, is in this little bit warmer water. Like, I was out in the boat last week, main river's 39, 40 degrees. We're in the backs of bays, we were hitting 44. So it's key to find some dirty water right now, but we cannot find fish with the drone in the dirty water. So we are starting in the clear water, trying to find them. Let's do a little scan here, see if we see any fish, and if not, we're gonna move on to some dark water, warmer water. Let's get after them. Okay, so we just brought the drone back to the truck because it ran out of battery, but we did see one fish. He's all by himself. I kind of find an area that he's in, so I'm gonna put the drone back up. I'm gonna see if he's got any buddies with him. One fish might not be enough to go on for us, but if we do see more, we might get out of the truck and get the rods out. So we're gonna get the battery changed, get the drone back up, and see if he's got a couple buddies. Maybe we'll be installing here. Found them! There wasn't just that one. We flew a little bit further out with the drone, and there's got to be like, I'd say at least 30 fish. They're really a far chuck away from where we're going to set up. We could be set up on the bank and it'd be a little bit closer. It'd be about 100, 120 meter cast, but we're going to set up on the rock point closer to where we are right now. And we did see fish in between where the big school fish are and where the rock point is within casting distance. So we think if we put some food out and we wait and we bait and we hang out, we're going to get some. Let's get it. So we are set up. As you can see, the rod pod behind me is ready to go. We haven't casted out any bait yet. We're gonna use a 3.5 ounce lead from Stéphane CC. He makes these in Quebec. They're absolutely amazing leads. We're gonna put some pack bait on there. Then we're gonna run pop-ups, just a homemade pop-up rig that I do there. 14 mil sweet stim pop-up from Munch. Then on this one, we're gonna run the exact same thing. Different method leads there. That one has a hole punched in it. And then we're gonna run a 14 mil citrus nut from Munch. So we're gonna get pack bait on these. We're gonna whip them out as far as we can. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a little rock pier right there. So we saw fish off the rock pier. We saw one fish in here on the left, and then from the rock pier all the way to the right, they seem to be just scattered in schools. So Louis got his rods in, he's fishing, and I'm about to cast out, bait up. So we got some work to do. Let's get after it. So this is the method mix: hemp hearts, oats, panko, and kerneled corn. We're gonna throw that on our pack bait leads here, and we're gonna send them to the moon. Been a while. One in. We got one in. We're fishing. Carp 2024. 35 pounder, 45 pounder, 50 pounder. Oh, see? He's there. We're fishing. Laos muy, man. It is 2:30. I've done a recast. Louis done a recast. And we're not having any fish. We've checked with the drone a few more times. They're just still out of reach of where we were casting. But we have checked the other side of the causeway right behind me. And the first time I checked, there was maybe about 12 fish there. And I went over and threw like some really small golf ball size method balls over there. And then I went back and checked about 10 minutes later with the drone. And there's 5 fish and they're really close to the method balls. They haven't found them yet, but they're in a spot where I think I can catch them. So I'm gonna keep my eye on them. And if this doesn't happen right here, then I'm gonna shoot over on the other side and maybe try to stalk a fish. I've had them here before where I've seen them and casted to them and had them bite like while watching it. So we're gonna try to make something happen. It is cold water, 7-degree water. The fish are slow and we're just waiting for the bites. They are there. They just need to find our food. It's gonna happen. I feel it. Some sunshine maybe. It's not coming today. It's just we got cloud. And that is preventing them from warming up and getting active. Still hopeful, still hopeful. Back to it. So we moved on to the other side. I got the drone up right now. I noticed fish on my method mix feeding. So I put one rig out there, just a pop-up by itself, no method mix. And there's still one fish hanging around. And then I have a rock like 30 meters in front of me. And there's like 6 carp right behind it, as you can see on the drone footage I have. So I have the drone up right now. My cast spooked the fish away a little bit, but I think that they're working their way back in. I don't think it'll be long before we have a run. We are in the zone with the fish feeding around our stuff. That's it, baby! We had 4 just swimming around that rod, and I said it was only a matter of time until we hooked up. First carp of the year, April 1st. And this is no April Fool's joke, we got one on. Louis was just about to leave. I was literally about to walk to the car.
That's not true.
And we got one. And there was 2 big ones out there and 2 small ones. And this looks like one of the bigger ones. I'm curious to see how big it is compared to what it looked like on the drone. I really hope the audio is good because I couldn't get my head cam going, but we do got the Rode mic on the main cam here. Come on. Not that big. It's definitely still welcome though. It's like a mid-double. We're gonna get her right now. Got her. We got her! Yes, sir! I think that's gonna call it a day. My scream probably just scared the rest of those fish. I will put up the drone and see if there's any around, but in the meantime, let's get Louis' mat back out of his car. We'll find a nice spot in the forest here and show you guys first fish of the year. Let's get it. the year. I am so stoked. The move paid off. It has been a half an hour. Probably I haven't been on this side. Been watching those fish on the drone. I literally just brought the drone back to myself, and it hadn't been 5 minutes. I was, like I said, about to walk up to the truck to bring a little load up. I was gonna give myself another hour or two. It's like 5 o'clock now, and we going. That is a beautiful face to see right now. April 1st. Not the earliest I've got them, but with how cold it's been this last week, I was starting to doubt it if we were gonna get one today, and we sure did, let me tell you. That is awesome. We're gonna get a couple pics. We're gonna slip this baby back into the depths. Give girl a little helping push, and she is gone. That is the first one of the season, and hopefully one of the smaller ones, but they're all welcomed when it's this early in the year. I'm gonna give it another hour or so, get that rod back out, flick it right behind that stump again, and hopefully get another one. Oh yeah, we got another one. Off the other rod too. The left rod was right behind that rock, and then the right rod was just right in here. Both rods went. Hasn't even been 5 minutes after that first fish. About the same size, maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger. My butt's getting wet. Oh, splashing my butt. Get in. Get in. We got her. Oh, I got wet. I got wet. I got wet when we got her. Second one, 5 minutes after the first. Beauty, beauty common. Again, on the second rod. First one came on that citrus nut pop-up. The second one, just a single bait, 4 pieces of corn and a little piece of pop-up thrown out around that pack bait I'd spread earlier. And that is a result. 2 fish back to back. That is a beauty, beauty April carp. April 1st carp, second one of the day. Let's go get her back. She's got a little blood coming out, but it's just a hook hold. And that is a nice fish. Super gold this time of year. The colors are always amazing. Oh yeah, might as well get the boots wet. Number 2, going back. See you later, girl. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. Well, that is gonna wrap it up. We decided to pack after that second fish. The wind is just blowing in from the east like crazy, and it turned all that water into chocolate milk, and I feel like I caught a fish off each spot, so it probably pushed those fish out because I was only in 3 feet of water. So I'm good with that. 2 carp on April 1st. That is a win in my books. It was so sick to be able to get to see them on the drones. And I almost had that eat on drone. If I would have had like 2 more minutes of battery up there, I would have got it. But thanks guys for checking out this week's video. There's gonna be lots more carp content to come. 'Tis the season. April, May, maybe a little bit in June. And then we're going to the World Carp Classic with Alex Perrick in September. So that will be lots of carp content to come. See you guys on the next one. Ciao. And we are chasing carp on the St. Lawrence River today. First one of the year. 2 fish back to back.